And we welcome you to the Crypto.com arena here in downtown Los Angeles. I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and welcome back to my NBA2K26 project presenting the 2025-2026 season playthrough. We have a clinching game scenario here as we have the San Antonio Spurs at the Los Angeles Lakers here in Game 5 of the Western Conference Semifinals. We look at the starting lineup for Mitch Johnson's crew: Fox, Castle, Vassell, Johnson, and Wembanyama. And then for the Lakers, we got Doncic, and then welcome back Austin Reeves, his first game coming back from injury. James, Hachimura, and Ayton also in the lineup as well here. A chance for the San Antonio Spurs to move on to the next round. As you see, the Lakers will win the tip here. Luka has it, feeds it back over to LeBron James. We got 16 on the clock, feeds it over to Luka Doncic. Doncic being guarded by Fox, feeds it back over to Hachimura. He'll shoot the three. He'll drain the three. That's how Game 5 starts. 3-0. Harlan, Anthony, and Jefferson out on the broadcasting crew there. As you see, Castle missed that one. Doncic coming down with the rebound. Doncic coming around, and he'll feed it over to Hachimura, who just had the three-pointer to start the game off. LeBron James, 10 on the shot clock. That is no good. Wembanyama coming down with the rebound. Feeds it over to Keldon Johnson. De'Aaron Fox with it. Fox has had a hell of a series so far. Johnson will miss that one, and LeBron coming down with the rebound here. 1 minute into Game 5, 3-0. LeBron, no, that's DeAndre Ayton. His first 2 points of the game, and it's quickly 5-0. We see DeAndre Ayton averaging 9.4 points a game during the postseason. Vassell feeds it back over to Castle. He'll shoot the three. He'll drain the three. And the Spurs are on the board. As we see Luka Doncic crossing the half-court line as we're approaching the minute and a half into the first quarter. 5-3, Lakers on top. Simple. Lakers win. They stay alive and force a Game 6 in San Antonio. If the Spurs win, they move on to the Western Conference Finals here as Castle. There it is, and I believe that is Keldon Johnson with the bucket off the offensive rebound here. We're tied at 5. We got 15 on the shot clock. LeBron, he'll shoot the three. That's no good. Wembanyama coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to De'Aaron Fox. Fox crosses the half-court line. Fox, he'll shoot the three. That's no good. Reeves will come down with the rebound here. Fox had 34 points in that Game 4 victory. Wembanyama actually had I think a 23-point, 20-rebound game. So he's had 2 20-20 games. You see Castle coming around. Feeds it back over to Johnson. Johnson, he'll shoot it. That's good. Keldon Johnson, and the Spurs will lead for the first time in this game. See Johnson averaging 8.1 points a game during the postseason. He only had 11 a game during the regular season. You see Castle coming around. Feeds it back over to Vassell. Back over to Keldon Johnson. Johnson feeds it over to Castle. He'll shoot the three. That is in. Stephon Castle, 6 points for him already. We'll have a timeout called by the Lakers. 9:04 to play in the first. 10-5, the Spurs on top. Coming out of timeout, we look at assists of games for the playoffs. You have LeBron James at 9.3. Luka Doncic at 8.6. That is 2 and 3. And then you got to see De'Aaron Fox at number 5. Couldn't quite get to that number there. And see Luka Doncic crossing the half-court line. 7-0 run by the Spurs. 10-5 they lead right now as we're over 3 minutes into the first quarter. Game 5. The Spurs lead the series 3-1. Austin Reeves, that's no good. Vassell coming down with the rebound. Vassell feeding it over to Castle. He'll shoot the three. He'll drain the three again. Stephon Castle with 9 points quickly already. He averaged 14.3 points in the 3 regular season games against the Lakers. 10-0 run for the Spurs. LeBron holding on to it right now. We got 10 on the shot clock. LeBron feeds it over to Ayton. Ayton coming around. That's no good. Wembanyama coming down with the rebound. Feeds it over to Vassell. Over to Fox. Fox coming with the layup. That's good. That's De'Aaron Fox's first 2 points of the game, and that's a 12-0 run. 15-5, the Spurs on top quickly over 4 minutes into the first quarter. Doncic, 15 on the shot clock. Hear Allie LaForce reporting, but you don't hear her because the game commentary is off. As you see, LeBron James will get his first 2 points of the game. That will end that 12-0 run. Wemby feeding it over to Devin Vassell. 15 on the shot clock. Fox coming around. Fox will take the shot from the free throw line. That's good. That's 4 for him already. And a lead up to 10 once again. Doncic coming around, feeds it over to Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves, as I mentioned, his first game back from injury. And that's a miss right there. Wembanyama will hand it over to De'Aaron Fox. He's crossing the half-court line 5 minutes into the first quarter. 17-7 Spurs on top. They're looking to close the series out. Fox will pass it up. Castle had it for a second, back over to Wembanyama, over to Fox. Fox coming around with the layup. That's good. 6 for him in this game. The lead is up to 12. We see Fox during the regular season average 23 a game. Hachimura, he'll shoot the 3. That's no good. There's a big pass right there to Keldon Johnson. Johnson with the layup. He has 6 points, and we'll have another timeout called by the Spurs, or by the Lakers. 6:27 to play in the first. Spurs lead at 21-7. Look at the Spurs substitution out on the court. Vassell, we see who's coming into the game now. We couldn't really quite because it went by a little too fast for me. Doncic will take the inbound from DeAndre Ayton, crossing the half-court line. Feeds it back over to Luka. Luka feeds it over to LeBron. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Wembanyama coming down with the rebound. De'Aaron Fox with that. I think that's Harrison Barnes that checked into the game. Yeah, that is Barnes that came into the game. As we're halfway through the first quarter here. It's an 18-2 run, actually. As you see, Wembanyama coming around, make that 20-2. That's Wemby's first 2 points of the game. He had 23 points in that game 4 victory. He actually broke his own franchise record for most rebounds in a playoff game with 30, actually. In game 4, as you see that, another miss right there. It's a poor start for the Lakers. Vassell coming around. That's his first 2 points, and already every starter has gone on the board. A 22-2 run, and the lead is now up to 18 for the Lakers, or the Spurs, I should say. Needs it back over to LeBron. LeBron coming around. He's going to go to the line and count it. Keldon Johnson called for his first personal foul. That is the first team foul against the Spurs, as we see Cameron Thomas entering the game now. LeBron James and Jair Vanderbilt also checking into the game. LeBron is at the line, I should say. He has 4 points, and make that 5. 15-point lead for the Spurs right now as we're approaching 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Vassell feeds it back over to Harrison Barnes. 7 on the shot clock. Barnes will shoot the 3. That's good. Harrison Barnes, his first points of the game and the first bench points by any player right now. And a lead up to 18 once again. Doncic will shoot the 3. That's no good. Wembanyama coming down with the rebound. Feeding it back over to Keldon Johnson. Johnson, 15 on the shot clock, feeds it back over to Wembanyama. Wemby feeds it over to Fox. Fox coming around. He'll put the layup up. That's good. De'Aaron Fox, 8 points already for him. He had 34 in the game 4 victory. And the lead is up to 20 for the Spurs. Doncic will shoot the 3. That's no good. Wembanyama coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Fox. Fox, he's going to drive it, but he'll shoot it over to Barnes. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Doncic coming down with the rebound. Luka feeds it over to James. LeBron James with the slam dunk. That's 7 for him. Doncic will have the assist there. 30-12 right now. 3.5 to play here in the first. San Antonio has been dominant throughout most of this first quarter, and that's a miss right there by Fox. Cameron Thomas coming down with the rebounds. Weird seeing Cameron Thomas coming off the bench, but with Reeves back in the lineup. He's been relegated back to the bench as Cameron Thomas will get his first 2 points, and the first 2 points for the bench. Feeds it over to Wemby. Wemby coming around. He'll get in there, and that's 4 for Wemby. Lead up to 18 again. They led by as many as 20 at one point. Back over to Vanderbilt, and Jarrett Vanderbilt will get his first 2 points on a slam dunk. That's worthy enough of the AT&T Connected Cam. AT&T, a proud sponsor of NBA 2K26. So Johnson will inbound it to Wemby as he's crossing the half-court line right now. Got 15 on the shot clock. 2.5 to play here in the first. 32-16. Spurs on top. Feeds it over to Fox. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Wemby will get the offensive rebound and a put-in. That's 6 for him. Doncic crossing the half-court line. Feeds it back over to LeBron James. James feed it over to Doncic. 14 on the shot clock. Doncic, he'll shoot the 3. That is no good. Vanderbilt getting the offensive rebound over to Reeves. That's good. Austin Reeves, his first 2 points of the postseason. So first 2 points back from injury. Well, the points he scored today be the only points of the postseason he has. You see, Keldon Johnson will miss that one. Vanderbilt coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Thomas. Thomas, he'll get the layup. That's good. That's 4 for Cameron Thomas. Thomas averaged 11.2 points a game. Close as they have been for a while here. As we'll have a timeout by the Spurs. 1.5 to play in the first. 34-20, San Antonio on top. Coming out of timeout here, let's look at the lineup set. Let's see, we got McLaughlin, Vassell, Barnes, Sohan, and I think Cornette maybe. Yeah, Luke Cornette. And then for the Lakers, Doncic, we got Thomas, Knecht, Jarrett Vanderbilt, and I believe Gabe Vincent's out on the court as well. Oh, no, Jackson Hayes, never mind. So it's Jarrett Vanderbilt on the court. We have Harrison Barnes at 10 on the shot clock. He'll shoot the 3. That is off the back iron. Vanderbilt coming down with the rebound. Cameron Thomas crossing the half-court line. Feeds it back over to Dalton Knecht. That's in there. That's good. I believe that's 6-0 run by the Lakers. Dalton Knecht's first 2 points of the game coming off the bench. 10 assists already for this game for the Lakers here in the first quarter. They had a grand total of 25 here in game 1, or game 4, as we're under a minute to play. Vassell, he'll put the shot up. Vassell will sink it. That's 4 for him. And that ends that 6-0 run. 45 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 14-point lead for the Spurs. They were up by as many as 20. Cameron Thomas, that's no good. Vassell coming down. Vassell coming around, he'll put the layup. That's good. Devin Vassell, that's 6 for him. 38-22 to lead up to 16 once again. Lakers headed to within 12 after being down by as many 20 here, but the shot clock is still on here. 10 seconds to play in the quarter. 5 on the shot clock. Feeds it back over to Doncic. Doncic coming around. That is good. Luka Doncic, first 2 points of the game. Now every scorer has scored at least 2. Steve Vassell will shoot the 3. That's no good. We are at the end of the first quarter. It's all Spurs right now. They led by as many as 20, but they lead by 14, 38-24. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to this channel. We'll be back to start the second quarter right after this. All right, start the second quarter here. So we have Luke Cornette coming into the game, as well as Devin Vassell, Lindy Waters, Sohan, and Harrison Barnes. That's the lineup set for the Spurs to start the second quarter. Vassell, he'll put the shot up. That is no good. Reeves will come down with the rebound. So it's Reeves, Knecht, Hayes, Thomas, and Vanderbilt. That is the lineup set for the Lakers. So the lineups have been set for both teams. See Austin Reeves coming around the layup. That's good. And it's back to a 12-point game again. That's the closest they've been since the Spurs went up by 20 in that first quarter. As we are, as I mentioned, Game 5 of the Western Conference Semifinals. Vassell will shoot the 3. That's 9 for him. That is tied for the game high with Stephen Castle. And a lead up to 15. Thomas will shoot the 3. That's no good. Sohan coming down with the rebound. 17-9. The Spurs out rebounding the Lakers right now, and that's going to go out of bounds. Careless turnover against the Spurs. Spurs had 4 turnovers in Game 4. As Stephen Castle's going to check in for Lindy Waters III. And that is the only lineup change for either team right now. Austin Reeves feeding it over to Jackson Hayes. Hayes back over to Cameron Thomas. Thomas feeds it back over to Reeves. Reeves coming around. He'll put the shot up. That's no good. Stephen Castle coming down with the rebound as we're a minute and a half into the second quarter. 41-26 Spurs on top. Game 5 Western Conference Semifinals. The Spurs a win, they'll move on to the Western Conference Finals, where they'll either be on the road to start the series regardless of who wins. Knecht coming around with the layup. That's good. That's 4 points for Dalton Knecht. The Lakers within 13 right now, over 2 minutes into the second quarter. Vassell coming around. He'll put the bucket up. That's good. He's the first player to get double figures for either team. 19 of 30 for the Spurs, 13 of 30 for the Lakers shooting wise, and the lead is up to 15 again. So we got Reeves feeding it over to Jackson Hayes, being guarded by Lou Cornett. Thomas coming around. He'll drive it, and that's Cornett got a piece of it. Vassell will come down with control of it. 19 rebounds for the Spurs in this game, and that's going to be a careless turnover right there, and yeah, that'll be Laker ball. Let's look at the rebounds. The Spurs out-rebounded the Lakers 56-47 in Game 4. See Vanderbilt getting ready to set the inbound here. Back over to Dalton Knecht, feeding it over to Cameron Thomas. 20 on the shot clock. Thomas has a backup right there. 15 on the shot clock. Thomas still holding on to it. 10 on the shot clock. Thomas trying to drive it. He'll put the shot up. That's good. Cameron Thomas. That's 6 for him already. And Lakers within 13. So we're over 3 minutes into the second quarter. 15 on the shot clock. Vassell being guarded by Thomas. Vassell feeds it over to Castle. Castle, he'll jump shot from the free throw line. That's no good. Vanderbilt coming down with the rebound. Feeds it over to Thomas. Thomas over to Hayes. Jackson Hayes with the no, he misses it. Okay. Wow, I thought he had the dunk, but I was full there. Sohan will shoot the 3. That's off the back iron. Knecht coming down with the rebound. He crosses the half-court line, feeds it back over to Austin Reeves. Reeves feeds it back over to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt still trying to drive it. He'll take a little bit of a back step. Knecht feeds it back over to Vanderbilt, over to Knecht. He'll shoot the 3. That's in there. Dalton Knecht, 7 for him. And the Lakers within 10, the closest they have been since the Spurs went on top by 20, and we'll have a timeout by the Spurs. 7:52 to play in the second. The Spurs leading at 43-33. Coming out of the timeout here. Substitution out on the court. Let's see. We got Fox, Castle, Vassell, Barnes. And I believe Cornett staying out in the game. And let's see. We got Doncic. Doncic is checking back into the game. Let's see who else. I mean, it came by a little too fast here. Cameron Thomas is still in the game. Unless they switch some positions. See, Barnes stays into the game. Feeds it over to Cornett. Luke Cornett with the slam dunk. His first points of the game. And a lead up to 12. Luka. 18 on the shot clock. Feeds it back over to Cameron Thomas. Thomas. You got 10 on the shot clock, and Thomas is going to go to the foul. Shooting 2. Vassell will be called for his first personal foul. That's the first team foul. Cameron Thomas getting ready to shoot 2 for the Lakers to try to get it back to within 10 here. 7:21 to play in the second. The Lakers are looking to try to go back to San Antonio for Game 6. By that, they'd have to win, as Thomas will miss that first free throw there. The Lakers didn't shoot many free throws in game 3 or game 4. They only went 3 of 4. Thomas will shoot it, and he'll sink the second one. So the Lakers still within 11 here. 7 for Cameron Thomas off the bench. De'Aaron Fox feeds it back over to Stephon Castle. 10 on the shot clock now for Vassell. Vassell coming around. Feeds it over to Castle. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Hayes coming down with the rebound. Doncic has it for the Lakers. Stephon Castle, 9 points on 3 of 8 shooting. 3 for 6 from beyond the arc. Feeds it back over to Doncic. Doncic trying to drive it. He'll put the shot up. That's good. And Luka Doncic with his 4th point of the game. And for the first time since the mid part of the first quarter, the Lakers are within single digits. 45-36. Largest lead was 20 once again, as I said. Fox feeds it over to Cornette. But Cornette probably should have just taken a shot there. But Harrison Barnes will shoot the 3. That's 6 for him. And a lead up to 12. But Jackson Hayes coming out with a slam dunk. His first 2 points of the game. And it's a 10-point lead for the Spurs here as we're over halfway through the second quarter. 15 on the shot clock. Fox coming around. And he'll stop, but he'll drive it to the net. He'll score. That's 10 points for De'Aaron Fox. Second player to get into double figures for the Spurs in this game. Reeves feeds it back over to Jared Vanderbilt, trailing by 12. Doncic, oh, that's going to be stolen there. I think Doncic probably should have taken the shot, but that's just me. Vassell will shoot the 3. That's good. That's 14 for Vassell. And a lead up to 15 once again. As we'll have a timeout called by the Lakers. We're going to take one as well. 5:20 to play until halftime. 53-38 Spurs on top. We have substitution out on the court coming out of the timeout here. So we have Sohan and Wembanyama going to go to coming back out on the court. And for the Lakers, we got Doncic, then we got Thomas, and that goes by too fast. LeBron back out of the court as well as Hachimura and Doncic. So Cameron Thomas still out on the court. Over to LeBron James. I think they're just going to take it easy on Reeves right now as James will put it in. That's 9 for LeBron. Still a 13-point lead for the Spurs right now as we're under 5 to play until halftime. Fox will shoot the 3. That's off the back iron. Thomas coming down with the rebound. Cam Thomas feeds it back over to Luka. 15 on the shot clock. Feeds it over to LeBron James. To LeBron. 9 already. We got 5 on the shot clock. Thomas feeds it over to Doncic. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Sohan coming down with the rebound. 4 points and 4 assists for Luka. De'Aaron Fox will miss that one. Stephon Castle coming down with the offensive rebound. Back over to Wembanyama. Over to Vassell. 8 on the shot clock. Vassell, he'll dish it over to Wembanyama. He shoots it. That's no good. Hachimura coming down with the rebound. Feeds it over to Cameron Thomas. About to play 4 minutes to play here in the second now. Yeah, I got a little tongue twisted there. 10 on the shot clock. LeBron still holding on to it. Feeds it over to Ayton. Ayton rejected by Victor Wembanyama. Yeah, still will be Laker ball, but nice block though by Wemby. Wemby can do everything right now. He's definitely one of the better players in the league right now. Big reason why the Spurs in real life are in the Western Conference Finals, and that one's a really good series, I believe, after 2 games at the time of this recording. Though Game 3 will probably be done. Somebody will have a 2-1 series lead in that series. I see LeBron will miss that one. Hachimura getting the offensive rebound and the slam dunk. That's 5 for him. And the Lakers only within 11 here. Feeds it back over to Castle for 3. No good. Doncic coming down with the rebound. Feeds it over to LeBron. LeBron will shoot the 3. That's no good. Sohan coming down with the rebound. Sohan feeding it over to De'Aaron Fox. Fox back over to Castle. Castle shooting the three. Good. That's 12 for Stephon Castle. And a lead up to 14 again. Cameron Thomas. We got 15 on the shot clock here. Ayton feeds it back over to Doncic. He'll shoot the three. He'll drain the three. That's 7 for Luka. Lakers back to within 11 again. Wembanyama and guarded by DeAndre Ayton, and that's the first personal foul against LeBron James. Keldon Johnson checking back into the game for Sohan.
Substitution on the court.
And for the Lakers, let's see. We have Austin Reeves checking back into the game now. Vassell. I said he has 14 points already. There's Stephon Castle for three. That's 15 for him. Game high right now. Lead up to 14 already. Again. And there, Doncic will shoot the three. That's no good. Hachimura coming down with the offensive rebound. He's going to go to the line. Vassell called for the foul. That's his second personal foul. Second team foul also. Hachimura going to take 2 shots here. Look at that scoring breakdown. 3 points made, 9 mid-range points, 10 for the Spurs. Hachimura will sink the first one. I said Hachimura now has... Oh, they say he only has 6 points. Okay. That is weird. Thought he had 6 already. He'll sink it at 7 for him. 59-47. 4 or 5 for the Lakers from the line right now. Spurs have not reached the line yet. Fox, he'll shoot it, and that's no good. DeAndre Ayton coming down with the rebound. The Spurs actually went 12 of 15 from the line in Game 4. James coming around the layup. That's good. That's 11 for him. And it's within, the Lakers within 10 again here. A minute 40 to play until halftime. Fox feeds it back over to Vassell here. 15 on the shot clock. Feeds it back over to Wemby. Got 10 on the shot clock. Wemby still holding on to that one right now. He almost lost it for a second. He feeds it over to Fox. He'll shoot from inside. No good. Austin Reeves coming down with it. Feeds it back over to Doncic. And that's it, but LeBron will keep control of it. LeBron will get the bucket. 13 for him. And this is the closest the Lakers have been in quite some time. Feeds it over to Wemby. He'll shoot the three. That's no good. Doncic coming down with the rebound. Under a minute to play until halftime. 59-51. Spurs on top. Says Spurs had a 20-point lead in the first quarter. This is the closest the Lakers have been since then. Hachimura shoots the three. That's in there. That's 10 for him. Lakers within 5. 35 to play until halftime. Castle. We got 9 on the shot clock here. 25 to play until halftime. Stephon Castle feeds it over to Wemby. Wemby with the slam dunk. That's 8 for him. Lead up to 7. As the shot clock is turned off here. 10 seconds to play until halftime. Reeves holding on to this one right now. Reeves will feed it over to Luka. Luka, alley-oop, but missed by Ayton. Fox comes down with it, and he'll shoot a desperation shot. That's no good. And we are at the end of the first half here, where the San Antonio Spurs, 24 minutes away from moving on to the Western Conference Finals. They lead the Lakers 61-54. If you like what you see, hit the like button, comment on this video, and if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button. Donate to my Cash App. There is a link in the description down below, as well as where you can follow me on X and Instagram underneath that link. I am Vinny from vdubproductions. We're going to send it to the halftime report. We will see you guys in the second half. Back here in Los Angeles, the Spurs leading it 61-54. This is Game 5 of the Western Conference Semifinals series where the Spurs win as we look at Stephon Castle highlights. He has 15 points right now. Game high for both teams, but I said the Spurs 1/2 away if they can hold on to advance into the Western Conference Finals, where they'll await the winner of the Rockets and the Oklahoma City Thunder. I see the starting five for both teams out on the court. We have Fox, Castle, Vassell, Johnson, and Wembanyama. And there's the Aaron Fox with the bucket there. 12 for him. And the lead is up to 9 once again. Doncic, Hachimura, we have James, Ayton, and Reeves. It's DeAndre Ayton with the layup there. That's 4 for him in this game. The Spurs had a 20-point lead in the first quarter, but the closest the Lakers have gotten it to was within 5. That was late in the first half. Fox will shoot the 3. That is no good. Ayton coming down with the rebound. Austin Reeves, so back over to Luka Doncic. Doncic feeding it over to Reeves. Back over to Hachimura. Hachimura with 10 points in the game. Feeds it back over to LeBron James. 7 on the shot clock. LeBron feeds it back over to Reeves. Back over to Hachimura. Over to Doncic. He'll shoot the 3. That's good. Luka Doncic is in double figures. Not having a good shooting game, but the Lakers within 4 now. That's the closest they have been since the Spurs went on top by 20. Feeds it over to Wemby. Wemby with the slam dunk. He's in double figures. Look at that. 20 of 58 for the Spurs. 25 of 50 for the Lakers. There's a 3. That is no good. Keldon Johnson coming down with the rebound. Spurs going the other way. Feeds it over to Wemby. Wemby with back-to-back dunks. That's 12 for him. And a lead up to 8 again. Get over to Austin Reeves here. So we're 2 minutes into the third quarter. He'll shoot the 3 off the back iron. No good. Keldon Johnson with the rebound. Reeves only 4 points on 2 of 7 shooting. That's Stephon Castle for 3. That's 18 for him. 7 straight points, and the lead is back up to 11 for the Spurs. Feed it over to LeBron. LeBron, that is not going to fall out as Johnson will come with the rebound. Vassell. It's coming around. That is no good. LeBron James coming down with the rebound. Austin Reeves with it. Reeves only 4 points in his first game back from injury. Could be his only game back from injury, unless the Lakers come back and win this game. There's Hachimura. He'll shoot the 3. He'll drain the 3. Hachimura with 13 in this game. Tied with LeBron for the team lead. That puts an end to that 7-0 run, and the Lakers within 8 again. De'Aaron Fox feeds it over to Wemby, and Wemby will put the bucket in there. That's 14 for him already. As we'll have a timeout called by the Lakers. 8:47 to play in the third. Spurs lead it 72-62. We'll be back. So coming out of timeout, we look at the league leaders for rebounds per game. I see that's Wembanyama with 19.1. Wemby has definitely been crashing the boards this postseason. He had one game where he had 28 rebounds. That was then a franchise playoff record. I see LeBron taking the inbound there. And then he had 30 rebounds in Game 4, breaking his franchise record for most rebounds in the game. LeBron, he'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Keldon Johnson coming down with the rebound. 3.5 into the third quarter. 72-62. Spurs on top. Fox will shoot the bucket. That's no good. And the shot no good. Reeves has it now after Ayton came down with the rebound. Hachimura at 15 on the shot clock. Feeds it back over to James. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Wembanyama coming down with the rebound. He's crashing the boards in a big way. 4 minutes to play here in the third. Castle, he'll shoot the 3. That's no good. LeBron James coming down with the rebound. LeBron, he'll put the shot up. That's good. That's 15 for LeBron. And once again, the Lakers within 8. I said the closest they've been was 4 points since the Spurs went on top by their largest margin of 20 in that first quarter. As we're about over 4.5 into the third quarter here. 72-64, Spurs on top. Wemby with a bucket shot up, no good. James will come down with it, or has it right now. Feeds it back over to Luka Doncic. 15 on the shot clock. Doncic feeds it back over to Austin Reeves. James feeds it back over to Reeves. He'll put the shot up. That is no good. Wembanyama coming down with the rebound once again. Vassell feeds it over to Johnson. Johnson will put the layup up. That's good. That's 8 for Keldon Johnson. And the Spurs on top by double figures once again. And there, James feeds it. There's Austin Reeves for 3. That's 7 for Austin Reeves. Lakers within 7. Looking to try to stay alive in the season. Castle. Coming around, feeds it back over to Wemby. He'll shoot the 3. He'll drain the 3, the big man. That's 17 for him. 9 of them here in the second quarter already. Or in this third quarter, I should say, and the lead up to 10 again. LeBron drives it to the hoop. That's in there. That's 17 for LBJ. As we're over halfway through the third quarter here, 77-69. Spurs on top. Game 5, Western Conference Semifinals. Spurs lead the series 3-1. Wembanyama will shoot the 3. He'll make the 3. That's 20 for him. 12 of them here in the third quarter. And a lead up to 11 again. Doncic. He'll feed it over to Hachimura. Oh, Hachimura gives that one up. James back over to Reeves. 5 on the shot clock. And that's stolen by Wembanyama. Vassell has it. He's back over to Johnson. Johnson with the slam dunk. And every starter is in double figures for the Spurs now. And the lead is up to 13. Under 5 to play here in the third. LeBron. He'll put the shot up. That's good. 19 for LeBron. Lakers shooting 49%. The Spurs at 57%. The Lakers shot only 43% actually in Game 4 compared to 47 for the Spurs. As the Aaron Fox coming around. That's 14 for him. Keldon Johnson getting the assist there in the lead up to 13 once again. Luka. 15 on the shot clock. Feeds it back over to LeBron James. James driving it to the hoop. That's in there. That's 21 for him. Game high so far. And the Lakers within 11. Fox will shoot the 3. That is no good. LeBron James coming down with the rebound. LeBron over to Hachimura. Hachimura. That's in there. Rui Hachimura has 15 and we'll have a timeout called. Timeout Spurs. 3:58 to play. Spurs leading at 84-75. We'll be back. Substitution out on the court. We got Fox, Vassell, Johnson, Barnes, and Wembanyama. So I think Barnes is checked into the game. Let's see. We got Reeves, Thomas. Jackson Hayes checking into the game. As well as Vanderbilt. So that's might be the lineup set here. You see Wemby, 10 on the shot clock. Wembanyama feeds it back over to Fox. He'll shoot the 3. He'll drain the 3. De'Aaron Fox, 17 for him. And the lead is up to 12 once again. As I said, the Lakers have threatened, but the Spurs have been able to answer the runs. James back over to Thomas. Cameron Thomas being guarded by Vassell right now. Thomas trying to drive it, but he'll put the shot up. That's no good. Wembanyama coming down with the rebound. Stop me if you heard that before many times. De'Aaron Fox coming around with the layup. That is off the back iron, and James will come down with it. Crossed in the half-court line. Feeds it back over to Austin Reeves. Back to LeBron. LeBron feeds it over. He'll go to the line. Shooting. He'll make the layup, I should say. And the lead down to 10 again for the Spurs. As you see De'Aaron Fox leading by 10. Feeds it over to Harrison Barnes. Barnes will shoot the 3. That will be no good. Jackson Hayes, a chance for the Lakers to once again get to within single digits. Reeves feeds it back over to Jackson Hayes. Hayes LeBron coming around with the layup. That's good. Oh, man, I am missing out on... Oh, no, wait a minute. Never mind. Looked at the wrong thing. That's 25 for LeBron there. There's a shot by Harrison Barnes. That's good. And the lead is up to double figures once again. That's 9 for Harry Barnes. And there's LeBron James with a slam dunk. 27. 90-81. Spurs on top. 1:38 to play here in the third. Barnes, he'll shoot the three. No good. LeBron James coming down with the rebound. Feeds it over to Reeves. Feeds it back over to LeBron James. LeBron trying to drive it. There's Cameron Thomas for three. That's no good. Wembanyama coming down with the rebound. Johnson has it now crossing the half-court line. Final 60 seconds of the third quarter. Johnson will shoot the three. That is not going to fall in. Reeves coming down with the rebound. Austin Reeves leads it back over to Cameron Thomas now. Thomas still holding on to that one. 14 on the shot clock. Oh, Vassell landed. Did he land awkward enough? He gets back up. That is no good. Wembanyama coming down with it. Now back over to Fox. So Vassell right now looks like he's okay. You see Harrison Barnes. He'll put the shot up. That's no good. Vanderbilt with the rebound. He almost lost it for a second, but he was able to control it. Austin Reeves feeds it back over to Thomas, over to LeBron James. 14 on the clock, 10 on the shot clock. So they have to get a shot. LeBron. He'll feed it over to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt will miss that one. Wembanyama with the rebound, and that will do it. We are at the end of the third quarter. The Spurs leading it 90-81. They're 12 minutes away from advancing to the Western Conference Finals. How will this fourth quarter go? We'll find out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. We're going to start the fourth right after this. Getting ready to start the fourth quarter here, so we'll have Jackson Hayes, Cameron Thomas, Austin Reeves, Dalton Knecht, and Jarrett Vanderbilt. And that's an illegal screen called against Vanderbilt, by the way. As we're going to try to look at the Suns lineup set to start the fourth quarter there, or the Spurs, I should say. Yeah, Vanderbilt not too happy there. Sohan, Fox, Cornette, Barnes, and Castle. You see Stefan Castle. 7 on the shot clock. Castle coming around the layup. That's good. That's 20 for him. And the lead is up to 11 once again for the Spurs. Cam Thomas. 13 on the shot clock. Over to Thomas. Being guarded by Castle. Thomas. And we got 3 on the shot clock. Back over to Vanderbilt. He'll shoot the 3. No good. Castle coming down with the rebound. No points for the Lakers in the last 2:45. Feeds it back over to De'Aaron Fox. Back over to Luke Cornette. Cornette feeds it back over to Castle. Castle, he's going to put the layup up. That is no good. Cameron Thomas with the rebound. Dalton Knecht feeds it back over to Austin Reeves. 15 on the shot clock. Reeves still holding on to it right now. Reeves will put the shot up. That is good. Austin Reeves with 9 points for him. Lakers within 11. Stephen Castle. Castle back over to Cornette with the slam dunk. That's Luke Cornette. 4 points for him. Castle with the assist there, and the lead up to 11 once again. 10 minutes to play here in the fourth. Over to Jackson Hayes. Hayes will come down with a slam dunk. That's 4 for him. Lakers within 9. Now that said, the Lakers' largest lead was 3-0. They had a 5-3 lead. As you see Sohan coming down with the bucket. That's no good. In a 12-0 run, they have not looked back since then for the Spurs. See Cameron Thomas being guarded by Castle right now. We got 10 on the shot clock. Feed it over to Reeves. And that's going to go over to Jared Vanderbilt. Back over to Next. Back over to Hayes. Over to Thomas. He'll shoot the three. That's no good. Sohan coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Harrison Barnes. Barnes has 9 points off the bench, and that is stolen. Next will come down with it. 9 to play here in the fourth. 94-85. Lakers need to come back if they want to keep their season alive. Spurs a win. They hold on and win. They move on. Hayes is going to go to the line, shooting 2 as Cornette called for his first personal foul. First team foul against the Spurs here in the fourth quarter as you see Jackson Hayes going to the lineup. Look at that scoring breakdown. Points off of assists, 65 for the Spurs, 18 fast break points. We look at the fast break points here, and they only had 2 fast break points in the entire game as Hayes will miss it as Sohan going back to the bench for Keldon Johnson. Mitch Johnson trying to get everybody lineup set here because I know the Lakers are capable of making a comeback here. Doncic will check back into the game. Hayes will sink the second one. So that's 5 for him. Lakers within 8. They cut it to within 4 in the third quarter. As you see, De'Aaron Fox with the bucket. That's 19 for him. 10 of those in the mid-range, and the lead is up to 10. So we have 8:28 to play here in the fourth. Game coming to you from Crypto.com Arena. Doncic, and Vanderbilt will gain control of it again. That almost went out of bounds, but the shot clock is still at 5. Cameron Thomas driving it, and he's going to go to the line, shooting 2. That's Castle's first personal foul, second team foul against the Spurs. Cameron Thomas, 7 points for him in this game to this point. Well, I have 3 players from the Lakers for the Lakers in double figures, so Thomas can get closer to being the fourth one as he hits the first one. (96-87) now after the first free throw made. 8:11 to play here in the fourth. I said the Lakers need to come back and win this game to keep their season alive. If not, it's the Spurs going to the Western Conference Finals. Thomas will hit them both. He's at 9, and the Lakers within 8 again. As we're approaching 8 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. 13 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Fox, he has 19 in this game already. He's going to come around, make that 21. He now leads the Spurs in scoring. 14 points in the paint for him, and the lead is up to 10 again. Doncic. He's back over to Thomas. They got 10 on the shot clock. Cameron Thomas inside the paint. He'll put the shot up for the layup. No good. Stephon Castle coming down with the rebound. 37-34. The Spurs, I think that 37-35 Spurs out rebounding the Lakers right now. See, Necht has it. Beats it over to Luka Doncic right at the Crypto.com Arena logo. Vanderbilt now has it inside the circle. Or inside the three-point line. Thomas now shoots from 3. That's no good. Cornette coming down with the rebound. De'Aaron Fox has it crossing the half-court line. Feeds it back over to Castle. He'll shoot the 3. He'll drain the 3. That's 23 for Stephon Castle. Spurs reach a century mark, and the lead is up to 13 again. Thomas will shoot the 3. That's no good. Cornette coming down with the rebound. De'Aaron Fox feeds it back over to Keldon Johnson. 15 on the shot clock. Johnson, he'll go inside. He'll put the shot up. That's good. Keldon Johnson with 12 points. Plus 18 out on the court, and the lead up to 15 again. That's a 7-0 run for the Spurs, by the way. Doncic, 10 on the shot clock. We got 6 on the shot clock. Doncic coming around the layup. That's good. That's 12 for Luka, and we'll have a timeout called. 44-79 for the Spurs, 38-78 for the Lakers. We're going to take a timeout, 6:05 to play. As we are coming out of timeout, let's look at the lineup set here. We got Castle, Vassell, Johnson, Barnes, and Wembanyama. And for the Lakers, let's see, Doncic, and then we'll have Reeves, James. I see Vassell taking the lineup, taking the inbound there. Ayton's back out on the court. And there's a shot that is no good. Ayton coming down with the rebound. Austin Reeves. Lead it over to Ayton, and Ayton's going to go to the line. Shooting two. Wembanyama call for his first personal foul. DeAndre Ayton only 4 points in this game, while he actually had 10 points in the Game 4 loss. The Spurs in Game 1 had a 15-point lead midway through the third quarter. The Lakers were able to figure out a way to come back and win a very close one. And that's a miss by Ayton here. Let's see. De'Aaron Fox checking back into the game now as Castle's going to go to take a seat. That is the only lineup change for either team. So Lakers won Game 1 in a very comeback from behind fashion here. What was a closer game here. As you see, there's a bucket. Free throw was made, 103-91. Then the Spurs blew them out in Game 2. And in Game 3 were like very close games, but the Spurs won them both on home court. And now it's a 12-point lead right now with under 5.5 to play in the fourth. If this holds on, the Spurs will eliminate the Lakers. James will shoot the three. He'll get the three. That's 30 for him. And the Lakers once again within 9. De'Aaron Fox finishing it over to Devin Vassell. 15 on the shot clock. 5 to play here in the fourth. 103-94. Harrison Barnes will shoot the three. That's no good. Ayton coming down with the rebound. Doncic beating it back over to Reeves. Reeves passed it up for a second. Ayton back over to Reeves. 10 on the shot clock. Reeves for three. That's in there. That's 9 unanswered for the Lakers, and they're within 6. Under 4.5 to play here in the fourth. 9-0 run. Can the Spurs get to within? Can the Spurs end that run? And Keldon Johnson makes sure that happens here. That's 14 for him. That slam dunk is worthy enough for the AT&T Connected Cam. AT&T, a proud sponsor of NBA 2K26. Lead up to 8 again. And you see LeBron. 18 on the shot clock. As we're approaching 4 minutes to play here in the fourth. LeBron coming around. He'll put the shot up. That's good. That's 32 for LBJ. Once again, the Lakers within 6. Feeds it back over to Wembanyama. Wemby feeds it over to Vassell. 14 on the shot clock. 10 on the shot clock now. Vassell coming around. That is good. Devin Vassell with 16 points. Lead up to 8. Feeds it back over to LeBron James. James coming around. That is off the rim as Wembanyama coming down with the rebound again. Keldon Johnson coming around. Feeds it over to Vassell. Vassell's going to go to the line. Shooting two. Doncic. Call for his first personal foul. That's the first team foul. As I believe this is the first time we've seen the Spurs at the line in this game. Vassell with 16 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. So we took a look at that quick scoreboard there. 3:14 to play. Huge free throws coming up still. Still plenty of game to play. Vassell will hit the first one, so that's 17 as Castle coming back out into the game. Barnes going to the bench. Devin Vassell trying to make it 2-2 from the line, and he does. That's 18. 109-99 here in the fourth quarter. 3:07 to play. Going to be the final 3:07 of the Lakers season. Doncic will shoot the three. He's going to try to make sure that doesn't happen. That's 18 for him. And the Lakers within 7. As the Lakers will reach the century mark. Over to Keldon Johnson. Back over to Fox. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Ayton coming down with the rebound. Austin Reeves has it now. Over to Luka. Luka. Alley-oop. That's Hachimura. That's 17 for him on that alley-oop. And the Lakers within 5. Under 2.5 to play. As I said, the Spurs were up by as many as 20 in that first quarter. The closest the Lakers have gotten was within 4 in the third quarter. Hachimura coming around with the layup. Or no, that's Wembanyama. That's 22 for him. Lead up to 7 again. 2 minutes to play here in the fourth. Luka. He's going to put the shot up. That's good. That's 20 for Luka. That's a 7-2 run right now for the Lakers. They got it within 5 again. Keldon Johnson feeding it over to Wemby. Wemby coming around the layup. That's good. That's 24 for him. It's a 7-point lead again for the Spurs. Reeves holding on to it right now. We got a minute 35 to play in the fourth. DeAndre Ayton coming with the layup. That's good. That's 7 for Ayton. 113 to 108. 90 seconds to play here in the fourth. Spurs lead it by 5, looking to try to close the game series out. Fox feeds it over to Wemby, and Wemby's going to go to the line. And count it. I believe that's Ayton's first personal foul. 26 for DeAndre Ayton, and a chance to put this team up by 8. With 80 seconds left to play. Huge free throw coming up for the Spurs. Wemby will sink it. That's 27. Luka Doncic crossing the half-court line. 15 on the shot clock. Minute 12 to play here in the fourth. Hachimura feeds it back over to Luka. 10 on the shot clock. He'll shoot the 3. That is no good. Wembanyama coming down with a rebound. Under a minute to play here in the fourth. De'Aaron Fox coming around. That's in there. 23 for him. And the lead is up to 10 once again. As I said, the Lakers have made a run as we have a timeout called by the Lakers. 53.5 to play here in the fourth. 118-108 Spurs. We're going to take a timeout. Coming out of timeout here, 53.5 to play here in the fourth. Spurs leading it by 10 right now. And the Spurs are looking to try to close the series out and get a couple of days rest before the Western Conference Finals. They'll be traveling regardless of who wins that series between OKC and Houston. Doncic coming around. And that's going to be good. Luka, 22 for him. Or wait, they said 19. Okay. I got that wrong. Okay. Thought he was already over 20 points. Get it over to Keldon Johnson, back over to Stefan Castle. They're not fouling just yet. 34 on the shot clock. Fox feeds it over to Wemby. He'll shoot the 3. He'll drain the 3. That's 30 for Wemby. And a lead up to 11. Doncic needs to come up with something. And that's a piece of it goes to Wembanyama. And shot clock turned off, and it looks like that's going to do it. Fox is holding on to it right now. 10 on the shot clock. Say goodbye to the Lakers. And Spurs say hello to the Western Conference Finals in this universe like you are in real life. It is the San Antonio Spurs closing out the Lakers. They win this series 4-1. They win this game 121-110. We still have 6 more teams left. 2 of them are on the way to the Western Conference, on the way to the conference finals. Second team first in the Eastern Conference, though, as we still have 2 series remaining. That is OKC. That is Houston OKC and Orlando Atlanta. And both of those are in a Game 6 with the clinching situations here, as we see Victor Wembanyama coming down with the player of the game. Very deservingly so. We'll be back with the post-game player stats coming up right after this. It is time for the post-game player statistics brought to you by 2K Sports. And for the final time in my season playthrough, we are looking at the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James with 32 points, 6 rebounds, 10 assists. Luka Doncic, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. Rui Hachimura, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. And his first and only game back from injury, Austin Reeves with 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Cameron Thomas had 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, followed by DeAndre Ayton with 7 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. He and Reeves had 12 points. So DeAndre Ayton was the only player who did not have double figures. And he started for both teams without going into double figures. Dalton next, 7 points and 2 rebounds. Jackson Ace, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, followed by Jarrett Vanderbilt with 2 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Jake LaRavia, Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, Adal Thiero, and Bronny James Jr. did not play for the Lakers. And now for the San Antonio Spurs, the victorious San Antonio Spurs who move on. Wembanyama, another 20-20. In fact, actually, it's a 30-20 game for him. 30 points, 20 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks. De'Aaron Fox with 23 points, 1 rebound, 7 assists, and a steal. Stephon Castle, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Devin Vassell with 18 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. Then we have Keldon Johnson with 14 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Harrison Barnes, 9 points off the bench, 1 assist. Luke Cornett had the other 4 points off the bench, 3 rebounds, and assist and a steal to add, as well as 2 blocks. Jeremy Sohan, 4 rebounds. Lindy Waters III with only 1 assist. Jordan McLaughlin, no stats in 2 minutes of play. Kelly Olynyk, Carter Bryant, Julian Champagnie did not play for the San Antonio Spurs. And that will do it for the post-game player statistics for this series. Only 2 series are now left, and these are the only 2 series that are going to go at least 6 games. This first one, we're back in the Western Conference, where we'll have Game 6 featuring the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Houston Rockets from the Toyota Center. As I mentioned, their first 4 games had a trend of road teams winning it, with the Houston Rockets taking the first 2 games. But then Oklahoma City won the second one's games 3 and 4 in Houston, and then they broke the road team trend by becoming the first team to win in this series at home. It is now Oklahoma City on the verge of moving on to the Western Conference Finals. A win will actually give them the Western Conference Finals, not just in this universe, but the currently series going on in real life. It is Game 6, Thunder, Rockets. Could the Rockets close it out? Find out. Be there or be squared. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment on this video. And if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can receive notifications when these videos do come out. And if you are able to help me, support me financially, there is a link in the description down below to my Cash App, as well as where you can find me on Instagram and X. And with that, that will do it for this video. Reminding everybody the final score of the game. The San Antonio Spurs close out the Los Angeles Lakers. They win this series in 5, winning this game 5, 121-110. They await the winner of OKC and Houston. And with that, I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and I am signing off.